Last week we were talking about you cracking jokes in the lingerie department and not getting a response.
Yes.
Think you can go too far with a joke, or... Because I like to think I'm a truth teller. That's what I've been calling myself lately. A bit of a truth teller.
Is that an excuse to be inappropriate?
Yes.
I think it is. But it's true. Yeah, but it's still offensive.
So I was on Hayman Island doing a gig for...
What?
IGA. This was a while ago. IGA.
Yeah.
Which stands for... It's got everything.
Did you stay at Hayman Island?
Oh, yeah. One night. I went for a swim. Beautiful.
I did my worst corporate ever in a submarine up there.
Oh, that's right. You're in the submarine where they serve dinner outside the
Yeah,
sub.
they did a performance art piece where they put on wetsuits.
Well, I've never done a gig at a submarine, so you've beaten me there.
Yeah, and I died in the arse. And when you die in the arse of a submarine, there's nowhere to go.
Where's the escape hatch? Up periscope? No, my gig went well. I had to go on, but I watched all the awards. And so, like, for example, the bloke from Benson and Hedges got up. He won the best tobacco supplier or something. And he goes, I've been at Benson Hedges for 15 years. And anyway, I get up and I go, what about the bloke from Benson Hedges? 15 years and he's still alive. Pretty good going. And then like the streets
Big
guys
laugh.
were two skinny guys, the ice cream guys. I said, as if those guys are bloody eating ice creams.
Fantastic.
Have a look at them.
Fantastic.
Then I said, thank God for Ronnie, who was a big bloke who got up, who represented chips. He's eating the product. Look at him. Anyway, the guy, this is before the gig, the guy picks me up because you drive around the island on golf buggies.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
And the organiser's there and he goes, we just had Dylan Alcott, who's in a wheelchair.
Oh, yes.
He just spoke.
Yeah.
At the lunchtime. I was doing the night time.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I hope he forgives me for what I'm about to say. He goes...
He's got a sense of humour.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are other people going to hate us because you made...
Hate me, not Glenn. You don't know anything about this.
Yeah, but I'm on a podcast that, I'm validating it by...
It's not that bad.
Yeah, death by association.
Anyway, this guy's really serious and he's
worried.
talking about the IGA conference and how it's, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, and Dylan Alcott spoke and he was so inspirational. Everyone got up and walked out of that conference feeling elated. And I said, not everyone, mate.
He didn't laugh. Who didn't laugh?
He didn't laugh. The guy didn't laugh. Anyway, play the music, Sam. All right, we've got to go.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Is that too far? Or?
I'm just words coming through now. What does cancelled mean?
Cancelled. Not everyone.
Oh, no, but it says, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
Because did I laugh? I don't know whether I laughed at it.
No, you went, oh.
Yeah.
I think you gave me the cut the throat thing. That when people do that. Get off.
Anyway. But here's the thing. You say these things in the room and you hope they stay in the room. It's when they get out of the room, like you've just done to yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
That it's trouble. But in the room, it's okay.
Well, it was just on a golf cart. It wasn't even...
Oh.
It was on the golf cart talking to this guy.
So it wasn't even in the room.
No, it was just this guy who didn't laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on now. It's just a podcast.
It's a bit like the time that I've told this on the podcast where I played golf with speaking of golf carts, I played golf with a heart surgeon. What do you call them? What do you call those guys?
Yeah, heart surgeon. Cardiologist?
Yeah, cardiologist. And then he goes, do you want to get something to eat? And he goes, I'm all right. Thanks. Do you want a pie? I'm going, you want a pie? He goes, yeah, it's going to get a pie and a Kit Kat. I go, what? Surely he goes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about your diet. Don't worry about that. He goes, yeah, I need something to eat. I'm not feeling too good because I've got a bad back. I brought anti-inflam with me. He goes, it's a suppository. And I said, happy to help you with your golf swing.
But not that.
But I'm not going to poke one of those up your ass in the bushes. Anyway.
He didn't laugh?
He
didn't laugh either.
And of course, there's the other classic joke that we have done before. I've done it in my stand-up. I was on a plane, looked out the window, the plane hadn't taken off yet. There were some birds on the tarmac. And I said to the guy sitting next to me that I didn't know. I said, oh, look, there's some birds out there. I didn't realise that they had to take off from here as well. Now, that's a good joke. Good joke. In the moment, and he didn't laugh. I go, Do you realise who the fuck I am?
Exactly.
You got that for free. It's a free joke.
Glenn
You
Robbins.
gave him a free joke in the golf cart. I've given free jokes all over the joint. If you're paying for it, you don't laugh. Fair enough. You pay for it. You're entitled to. But when it's a free joke,
Yeah, it's a free joke.
yeah.
What are the...
Oh, we're going straight to the topics.
Well, we might as well. What
Okay.
are the topics, Sam?
Jim Carrey, Shania Twain, Justin Bieber, and Ricky Gervais.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
punishment. Punishment for you, my friend.
Oh,
Punishment.
four-way.
Punishment for you for being inappropriate.
Yeah.
And Sam has said, I'm going to make them work hard. So it's almost like you've been given a community service.
It is. It's a four-way.
We've got to do four-way.
We've never had, we've had a three-way.
We've had a three-way. And normally we do a two-way, have some lunch and go home.
Yeah.
Now we've got to think about Shania
Four-way.
Twain, Ricky Gervais. Who are the others? Justin
Bieber and Jim Carrey.
and Jim Carrey.
All right.
Hey, where do we start?
what do you
Start
want
with
to
let's start with
Shania?
Shania Twain.
Love Shania Twain.
Country, American,
Pop country.
American,
Yeah,
Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. She's Canadian. Well,
Canadian.
there's a connection. So is Justin Bieber and Jim Carrey. And Ricky Gervais isn't Canadian.
So we can't talk about.
One of her big hits. I'll tell you. I've got some on my phone.
I know one. Let me go first
Hang on.
because you already know.
Mm.
No, you don't impress me much.
You don't impress me that much.
Yeah.
And man, you feel like a woman. Dun, 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 dun.
Wasn't there one that Channel 9 used one?
Still the one I love. Still the one I love. It's a great song.
How's it go again? I'll stay out
Still
of it.
the one I love. Oh, the only one I love. They're the only three I know, though, Shania Twain World. I like those three songs. I think
And-
they're all on the same album.
Apparently, a friend of mine, Wilbur Wild, said you only need one big one and you're done for life.
Yeah.
One big hit in the US.
She's got at least probably 10, I'd
So
say.
she's set up for life just with three.
She lives in Switzerland. I know that much, too.
And she'd turn up and she'd probably open with, dun, 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 dun. She'd walk
Yeah,
out.
go, girl.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Do you
dun.
know, she wrote a lot of her songs with her life partner that she wrote all the music with, right? The
Yeah.
producer guy, I don't know
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah.
But he left her for her best friend, right?
Oh, that's tough.
And so she
Wrote a song about it.
well, probably, but then she went out with the best friend's ex-partner and married him. So they swapped partners.
It's like barn dance.
Yeah.
Except barn dance, you get to dance with everyone. There's just like a four-way barn dance.
So when she plays, she's still the one I love. No, not you, the new one. The new one. Not you. Not the bloke I wrote it with. But that's interesting, isn't
They
it?
could share notes, though, couldn't they?
Anything else to say about Shania Twain? She's a superstar. She lives in Switzerland.
You want to know an interesting fact?
Keep going.
She went into... They used her song called... They used one of her songs as a wake-up song in the space shuttle.
Oh, wow.
Which one would it have been?
That don't impress me that much. Oh.
Yeah. I wonder,
This wasn't the one that crashed, was it? Wasn't it?
I wonder if they listened to podcasts up in the space
Maybe
shuttle.
they're listening to us right. Well, we had a guy last week or the week
Did we
before
talk
from
about that?
Antarctica. Yeah, we read out the email from the
Yeah, no.
Antarctica.
Hi again to those guys. What a treat it is to be... What an honour.
What
it
an
is-
honour.
It is to be well listened to in that part of the world.
Incredible.
I wonder how many pairs of socks would you take if you went down to it?
I would say 5 and you'd wash them.
You wouldn't go 7, so one day...
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And so you reckon that, and they take... Would they have this stuff... Would they have extra warm stuff down there? Would they be wearing a woolen a big jacket all the time?
I'd assume when they're in their huts and that'd be heated, but you'd have to wear it when you went outside.
Would you turn your heating off when you went to sleep? Because
No.
it get a bit hot during the middle of the night.
No, you're going to freeze.
Really?
Well, I don't know. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, I just reckon you shouldn't sleep in a hot room.
Yeah, people say that.
Maybe they turn it down. Anyway, if you these are questions I would love to get the answers to. And what if they get sick of their menu?
Well, we'll get that guy on the phone one day. Oh, they'd have a cook cooking different meals, but it'd all be, they're not catching penguin, are they?
But then again, if they were good meals, like you'd want spaghetti bolognese, you'd want schnitzel in there,
Roast.
a roast in there, and if we're halfway there already, and then he'd probably throw in, what would he throw in?
Chops.
Yeah,
Steak.
Yep. And then
Chicken Kiev.
Thursday night, penguin night.
Yeah. Cut a hole in the ice. Let's get some fish.
Who likes some fried seal?
Oh, yeah, probably be tasty.
That'd be tough, wouldn't it? Anyway, sorry.
Who next?
Now,
let's go through the Canadians. Justin Bieber, the Beeb.
Okay, next. Okay,
Well, because I know three of them are Canadians.
We're calling this episode the Big Four.
The Big Four. You got the Big Four.
The Big Four. Justin Bieber. What do we know about him? Canadian.
Canadian. He's got some good songs. I love that.
I'm a Beeb fan.
When it comes to you all day long. You know that one?
No.
The rest of the world. Well, what song do you know? It's the only Bieber song I know.
Love yourself. You got to love yourself.
Oh, I love yourself.
Which I think we all need to love ourselves. There's not enough loving of ourselves. There's a lot of, tortured people with tortured souls out there.
He's a bit of a tool, though, isn't he? He's a bit of troubled. I suppose he's a
Here's
kid.
my thing. They're not a tool until you've met them and they've been a tool.
Oh, okay, all right.
You can't judge tools in terms of their public.
How he's been portrayed.
No. If you meet him, you might realise that, because we all role play when we,
Didn't he get? I think his dad's a bit. Didn't he get tattoos with his dad? Remember he got tattoos with his dad?
That's something you should do with your kids.
We'll start with piercings and
start with piercings.
We'll move up from there.
Start easy, and then just start with something small.
Well, we get our haircuts together. Why not a bit of a
piercing?
piercing?
Do you get your haircuts together?
Sometimes,
all on the chair at the same time.
Not everyone, but one or two will come with you. And I want to get my hair cut. All right, let's go. Let's go, girl, as Shania Twain would say.
I know that Bieber got famous by doing little ditties on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that. The funniest thing about Bieber was when he went to Anne Frank's house. Remember he signed in the guest book?
No.
Someone took a photo of it. He said, what was the actual quote? He wrote, Anne Frank.
Yep.
In the
Diary
wall,
of. Yep.
Amsterdam.
Yep. In the cupboard.
Yeah, in the attic. And he wrote, I'd like to think that if Anne Frank was alive today, she'd be a believer.
Well, that's all right.
Is it? He's made it all about him at the Anne Frank Museum. Well, that's funny,
I told you the story about when I went to a restaurant out in the country somewhere and had to sign the wall.
Oh, yeah.
They said, can you sign the wall over there? And a few other comedians had signed the wall, so I signed it. But I forgot what I wrote, and years later, I was walking out of the toilet and I saw what someone had written. And it said, there's nothing finer than being in your diner, which is a steal from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I read it and went, there's nothing finer than being in your diner. What dickhead would write that? It's so derivative. It was me.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm the dickhead that think that person's a dickhead. That was a real slap in the face.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's me.
Yeah, that's me. I can't believe I signed it. My favourite Bieber moment is when he was on David Letterman.
Yeah.
He'd finished his act where he gyrated and sang and kind of nailed it. And Letterman used to do a thing where he would walk out.
Walk over to
them and, shake their hand and say, nice job. And he goes, nice job. Would you thank Justin Bieber? And he was really smart. Just as he said, would you thank Justin Bieber? The applause comes up, the music goes out, and under the music, he says to Bieber, is your mum picking you up?
That's funny.
Is your mum picking you up? So demeaning. Is your mum picking you up? Because he was probably about, I don't know, he's probably about 15 or something
probably.
at the time. But yeah, look, I'm a Bieber fan, love his music,
Oh.
and I try not to judge him on his, and he's very happily married now to I know him, Baldwin.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the Baldwins. Yeah.
Haley Baldwin.
Yeah,
Anyway, something like that. He's
is that Alec Baldwin's kid or one of the? There's so many Baldwins though. It's one of their kids.
And they're heavily into
marijuana, drugs, tattooing. I don't know. Historical museums signing guest books.
They were quite religious.
They're quite religious.
I think he was going to give up music for religion. There was a time, but I think he sort of stayed on the wagon, so to speak.
Now, Jim Carrey. Probably love Jim Carrey.
Love Jim Carrey.
Love him in movies.
He's a Capricorn. When you put him, because I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn dancer.
Okay, Jim Carrey, hilarious, great actor. Started with stand-up comedy, physical comedy, impressions.
He's a bit of a tripper, though, isn't he? Have you ever heard him interviewed?
Yeah, but he's.
One of my friends, Carl and Tommy from the Dum Dum podcast. That's another podcast that's popular like ours. We've been on it before. Yeah. They went to Montreal and heard him. He spoke at the opening, so they couldn't understand a word he was saying. It's just like weird.
Well, he's an artist.
He's an artist, actually.
He does art. It's his favourite thing to do. Yeah. And he's actually, I saw him interviewed the other day. He said, I'm kind of retired. Unless I get a Cracker Jack script I don't want to get out there for the sake of getting out there. I don't want to do it anymore, which is interesting. Good on him. Good on him.
I love The Truman Show. That was my favourite.
That is in my top, I reckon, my top 5 films. Because often, sometimes, if you're feeling a bit weird, you think you're in The Truman Show.
It's true.
Yeah.
What's he say? Hello.
Good morning.
That's it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. If I don't see you tonight, good night.
Yeah, something like that. Hello, good day, and good day. Yeah, great film. Great. And when people saw it for the first time, I saw it with a group of people in a private screening, whatever, get over it.
Whatever.
And when we came out, all the people were a bit freaked out. And I said to one of the girls, I won't say her name, quite famous, and I tapped her on the shoulder.
Lavinia. Okay. Denise Drysdale. Lorraine Bailey.
It's weird. Random females that you come up with.
Delphine Delaney.
Delphine.
Joe Bailey. All right. Susie Wilkes. Whatever.
I said, I've got a bit of a surprise for you, meaning that the world you're in
is filmed.
I'm an actor. She freaked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She went, oh, don't. Oh, don't.
Dumb and Dumber.
Great film.
Oh, I love it. Love Dumb and Dumber. It's one of my favourites.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
I mean, on paper, you'd go, geez, maybe it's a sketch. It's not a whole film, but it was.
I interviewed that guy that directed it, Peter Farrelly. The Farrelly brothers.
Oh, the Farrell, great directors.
Oh, he did the Green Book, which is a really good movie.
What else has he done?
Something
Liar,
about
Liar.
Yes.
That's a good film.
Oh, I love Liar, Liar. That was funny.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty. Mask.
Oh, The Mask.
That's where he was. What was he?
I don't know. He was doing something.
But he was almost like a cartoon character, wasn't
Yes.
he? Yeah. So,
yes.
What can we say? Brilliant at what he does. You're saying questionable with his public persona, but I'm saying, hey, he's an artist. It's his job to take us to other places and make us think different. So, fine with me. Is he married? Does he have kids? I don't know.
No, he doesn't. He's been in long-term relationships with there's no children. Yeah. Have you ever watched any of his early impressions, like on Carson? They're incredible.
Put it into YouTube. Put it in.
He doesn't even say anything. He does Clint Eastwood, and so he doesn't even say anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love Jim Carrey.
And he has got some really good quotable. There's one thing going around says, "Listen to this thing; it'll change your life." He's got a few of those out there.
Yeah.
The
Jim Carrey.
So,
Ricky Gervais. Very funny man. Love The Office. Yeah, I thought The Office was so funny.
I would say it's easily in the top 3 greatest sitcoms ever created in my time. Anyway, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you got Seinfeld, Fawlty Towers,
Curb, Cheers.
I put the young ones in there. But,
Yeah. Did you say Fawlty Towers? You said that.
Yeah, Fawlty Towers.
People
do talk about it like because it was sort of a bit of a game changer. Hey, Dad, whatever.
Kath and Kim, yeah.
Kath and Kim.
Yeah.
Kath and Kim.
I think he's hilarious. And I love the fact that he crosses boundaries.
Oh, God.
And, how would I feel if he was offensive towards, I would go, okay. All I know is, to me, if you're going to cross the line, if you do it with a good joke or a really funny joke, I kind of forgive it. But if you cross the line and it's a bad joke,
you see some of those offensive guys, it's just offensive.
Just offensive. Whereas when it's a really good joke, you go, that is a sleight of hand, brilliant move. I'm sure. Does he listen in? Probably not.
They replay that bit on YouTube all the time and stuff where he goes, I like traditional women. The ones with the wombs and the vaginas, not the ones with the beards and the cocks. I'm not so hot on them. This is quite funny.
So what's he done? He's done
extras.
He's done
Derek.
Afterlife. Derek.
I like Derek.
I didn't particularly like
I love Derek.
That. I felt
like
he did
it was a bit of
characterization. I didn't feel like it was a character.
He did a bit of acting of a special person with a disability,
which I found slightly offensive.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest. He worked with Stephen Merchant.
He's a bit of a genius too, because when they work together, it's often very good.
Very good.
Stephen Merchant's very funny. He's funny in extras when he works in the phone shop.
No, he's good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the chops though. Really, he's not as.
He's not as good as Ricky.
No, Ricky, unbelievable. Now and then, of course, so he's been through all of those, and then he made worldwide renown with the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious, like Sam Pang did.
Like Pang at the Logies.
You're just going, wow, we have someone of that caliber in our own country applauding Sam Pang. Gervais was just walk up, bang, they're right in front of him, and he's just letting go.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. And was he offensive? Oh,
Not really.
Not really.
Not
No.
really.
Yeah, I think he is a legend in his own time, I reckon.
One of my friends worked on a show.
Worked on what show?
I can't say. But
Okay.
it was a show that Ricky had created or had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Was the original creator. And he spoke to him for an hour on the phone. He said it was great.
Look, whenever he speaks of his philosophies on anything, he's really interesting. He's a smart guy.
He's a big animal person, isn't he? Animal rights.
And big on animal rights, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He talks a lot about that. Eric spoke about working on him because they worked together.
Oh, they did that show. They did
the
the movie
about the two robbers who
No, they were correspondents. They were pretending to be in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. They didn't bother going.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And he said that off camera, he was just a very easygoing, pretty gentle guy. So he, what we see is the public persona. But
Yeah.
would like to meet him, but probably never will. Maybe he'd
Probably
like
a Kath and Kim fan.
Well, I don't think so because I know the girls met him and Stephen Merchant backstage at an awards night in the UK, and they weren't getting much back. But then again,
Who knows? He's trying to play it cool, man.
yeah, it's like whenever you get with other big comedians or actors or whatever, it's hard in the room sometimes. But then again, people who have made it and kind of get past all that stuff, they just
Not always.
What do you mean?
Sometimes they fangirl to people that they really like. You know what I mean? Like in shows that they really like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say was when people have made it, they kind of settle down about being competitive. They go, you know what, I've made it. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Whereas when people are initially famous, sometimes they can be a little bit,
Competitive,
Yeah. Well, competitive is probably, is that the right word? Just a little standoffish, taking themselves a little bit too seriously when they, I've never met him. Don't like to judge from afar. Find him hilarious. He now does arenas. He works in the US. He sells out incredible number of shows.
Incredible.
I'm not a big one for stand up on
watch it. No, nor am I on screen.
But I watch his and really
good?
Yeah, really good. Really good. You go, that's really well thought out. And he tells really offensive jokes. And they really make me laugh.
What's the latest one? Afterlife. Did you watch that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. But people seem to enjoy it. I did. That is the one where he lost his wife.
I think it's cancer.
Yeah, but
I saw the first series.
Yeah, that's good. I really like the first series when he talks to the kid in the schoolyard.
Yeah, that's in the first series. Yeah, I haven't watched the second series.
No, I haven't watched it either. He knows how to write. He knows how to hold a character, and he knows,
And I always like the casting he gets in there.
Yeah.
So, like in The Office, when he had Gareth, the tall, he was, and the Hobbit guy, Martin Freeman.
Gareth was unbelievable in The Office.
Yeah, and Martin Freeman as Tim.
Oh well, it launched his career.
Yeah, he's the Hobbit.
Absolutely, all those characters were really.
Dawn.
I don't know what happened to her.
That was Jasper Carrot's daughter, the comedian's
was it really?
daughter. Yep.
Yeah, wonderful scenes. Wonderful
She was
stuff.
great, Dawn.
Yeah, and he did that song, Love on the Love Freeway. Remember that?
Well, when you like to compare yourself, you go, he's sort of similar background to me. He was in a band in the 80s, Ricky Gervais. Have you seen him in his band in the 80s?
Yes. He was like,
sort of
what do you call it?
Like a new wave.
Yeah. I tell you something interesting that I observed, and you may well have observed this, and I don't want to name names here.
Probably not.
But David Brent, which is the main character in The Office, not launched, but a lot of people took on his rhythms. They copied David Brent's.
It's true. With acting
and in just in their, because there's your comedic persona and then there's your persona. I mean, I'm sure you take on a certain role. I take on a certain rhythm when I do. But a lot of people, there was a whole group that came out during that period, and you're just going, you're doing David Brent. You're doing David Brent. Stop it. Find your own. A lot of people did that, and by doing that, they didn't find their own voice.
Okay, who? Who is this?
I don't say. I'm not going to say, but I'll bring them up.
Who are you talking about?
There's just a lot of people. Well, think about when The Office came out.
Yeah, I love it.
And think about who got famous around that time.
I think I know who you mean.
There's a few people that took on. They didn't take the jokes.
No.
This is. Are you writing this down at home? Because this is real learning. What you do is I
know who you're talking about.
You steal the music.
Daryl Summers.
You steal the music.
It's Grant Denyer.
You steal the rhythm.
Yeah.
And And by doing that, you give yourself something to do on stage. Now, I'll be honest, that's happened to 2 people. Name the other person, the Australian person that happened to.
People stole his thing.
Stole his rhythm. Come on.
Husey?
Yes.
Yeah.
There were a whole bunch of people
Tell
who
you what, there's people stealing my rhythm. I'm very angry.
I don't know whether it's
Angry.
conscious or unconscious, but they
It just happens.
yeah, I mean, I know
When I started, it was people would sound a bit like Greg Fleet for a bit.
yeah.
He had that very wordy kind of Russell Gilbert, that high energy kind of stuff.
Funny, there was never anyone.
No Glenn Robbins.
Dave O'Neill's out there.
Nah.
Sean McAuliffe said that he was influenced by a couple of things that I did with.
yes.
Can you do? I influenced something. I don't know what it was.
Glenn. I was influenced by you. I don't know what you.
No, I'm not saying he stole from me, but
But he did.
I was one notch before him.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, don't mean better. Just mean that I was in that comedy company show, and he was the next wave into full front tour.
He was full frontal.
Wasn't fast forward, was he?
He was full frontal.
He came over with
and then the Michaela program.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about me.
All right. Well, we need some thinking music. Jim Carrey, Justin Bieber. Oh, yeah, Ricky Gervais and Shania Twain.
We can't have Shania singing because we could have a bit
Still
of Ricky
one.
Gervais would be great. Justin Bieber, you know what?
Yeah, a bit of Jim Carrey is always good.
If I was to say to you, what's your favourite Jim Carrey movie?
Dumb and Dumber.
Is there? I reckon. Is there a scene in there? I reckon you might have a similar one to me. Is there a scene in there that you really love?
Well, I like that one when he goes and trades their van for a mini bike. Great trade. When he comes back with a tiny little motorbike. But there is a funny one where
the bus
the
pulls
bikini,
up.
with bikini models in it,
Yes,
and they say, we need someone to oil us down or something, and he's
And
like,
they go, you've come to the right place. And they say there is a town.
But then it keeps going. They run after the bus.
Yeah,
and
they
stop
run after the bus.
And go, no, we were wrong. We were wrong.
Well, don't say what he says.
Okay.
Can we play that on the?
Good on you. Can we play that?
Can we
Let's play the
that?
whole thing.
Play the whole thing.
Love
So
Jim
stay with
Carrey.
it. Love Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
Oh, he's very funny.
Very funny.
And the girls in the bikinis, I don't know what they're doing.
Can't believe this, Lloyd. First Mary dumps us, then the cops take our nest egg, then our hog breaks down. Yeah! When are we ever gonna catch a break?
Hi, y'all.
Hej allihopa!
Hey, guys. We're going on a national bikini tour, and we're looking for 2 oil boys who can grease us up before each competition.
You are in luck. There's a town about 3 miles that way. I'm sure you'll find a couple guys there.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hej då!
Do you realize what you've done? Hey! Lloyd! Lloyd! You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow. The town is back that way.
Oh, hilarious.
That is so good.
What's your
I'm going to say,
answer?
out of all the somehow related, obviously this is the big 4. How many people are who are carved in rock? Mount
Rushmore?
How many are up there? 4.
4.
This is our Mount Rushmore. This is our
What?
Mount, it's our Mount Rushmore. It's 4, big 4.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I think it's got to be something along the lines of went to the same school or same university or not nationality because it's too broad. I think it's religion based, and this is a shot in the dark because it's too hard. I'm going to say all their parents. They're all sons of priests. What do you find so funny about that?
I'm just going to go really simple and say they're all Canadian. Because I reckon Ricky Gervais's mum or dad was Canadian.
Well, okay, Jim Carrey.
Because
yes.
Gervais, is a French. Surely that's French.
Oh, we did say. Oh,
No, Shania Twain's definitely Canadian.
She's Canadian.
They're all Canadian.
Justin Bieber, Jim Carrey, Canadian.
I know Ricky Gervais grew up in England, but I reckon Gervais. He looks a bit...
Jeez, I've been too specific then.
All right, what is the answer, Sam?
Zachary Cloutier was a French carpenter who immigrated to New France in 1634 in the first wave of the Percheron immigration from the former province of Perche to an area that is today part of Quebec, Canada. As well as the famous people listed in this episode, Cloutier's descendants also include Celine Dion, Ryan Gosling, Hillary Clinton, Beyonce, Chris Pratt, Meghan Trainor, Justin Trudeau, and many others.
Hang on, this is family tree stuff.
Yeah, they're all descended from the one person, the same person.
That should be on the news.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
I wonder if they get together, like Ricky. I mean, surely Ricky would have met Jim Carrey, when they hang out in
absolutely.
the A-grade comedy world and says, do you
Sure.
realise we've got the same descendants? We can never marry.
Maybe you and I, if we go back far enough.
Wow.
Maybe.
On the boat. First fleet.
Yeah. That's absolutely incredible. I mean, well done, Sam. I don't know how she works it out, but she does.
She's done it again.
She's done it again. And, okay, if there was one person you'd like to be related to, who would it be?
Oh, wow. Out of them four?
No. I'll give you anyone. Why I say that is because,
Who you relate to?
well, when the Beatles were big, there was a rumour going around my family with my mum, sister, and all the rest of them, saying that we were related to where we come from a long line of Harrison. Harrison is in our family.
You're George Harrison.
Well, I think if you fudged the tree a bit, we would be related to George Harrison.
Well, you know Susie O'Neill, the swimmer?
Yep.
She's my sister.
So, hang on.
She's not.
What famous O'Neills are there? O'Neill wetsuits.
Yeah. That was my dad.
They are. I've got an O'Neill wetsuit.
That was my dad.
That's your dad? Yeah. What other?
I've got an O'Neill rashie that I wear down the beach. So if people think, they think, is that Dave O'Neill? And then they see O'Neill, like, oh, it's him.
See, if you drown and they pull you out, they'll just know straight away who you are.
I've been wearing that and I've been wearing my Fisk hoodie, which, as we know, you don't have one. And
I don't.
And my wife's like, are you wearing that just to get recognised? I'm like, yeah.
I've got a couple of things from Have You Been Paying Attention and from the panel. And so it is a bit embarrassing when you're on a TV show and you wear
the thing.
You wear the, yeah.
I think, okay, Kitty Flanagan can't wear a Fisk t-shirt. I've also got a Fisk t-shirt. She can't wear the t-shirt.
How come I didn't get a Fisk t-shirt?
Nothing.
I was
a lot.
in 2 series. 2 whole series.
She can't wear it down the shops, but I can.
I don't think you should.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because over there, look at Dave O'Neill Don and out on the show that he had nothing to do with.
There's only
Appears
one
on there on one episode.
2 episodes.
Was it 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Did you come back in the second series?
I was in the first series, 2 episodes.
Oh, 2 episodes. Yeah, because Sam Pang was in the first, didn't get invited back for the second.
That's it.
And, it
can happen.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
So I've actually got a shirt that I've got a sticker on the back of my car.
That says
Ross Coit is driving this car. And I know it's fair,
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a way to meet people.
They get a few toots.
There's the other one you've got. If it's rocking, don't bother knocking. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
that's a good one.
Don't laugh, your daughter's in here. That's another one.